Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to dive into a tool you probably use every single day, maybe without even realizing just how powerful it is. I'm talking about the percentage. And trust me, this is way more than just a math lesson. It's about learning a new way to see and measure what's really going on in the world around us.
So let me ask you this. How do you actually measure progress? I mean, really think about it. You're working on a huge project, you're trying to save up for something big, or hey, maybe you're just trying to get through a book. How do you get that feeling of, okay, I'm getting somewhere? It's a question we all face, and it turns out the answer is surprisingly simple.
And yeah, that answer, it all comes down to a really simple but powerful tool, the percentage formula. This is what lets us take all that effort, all that work, and turn it into a number that makes sense to everybody. It shows us exactly how far we've come. So what is a percent anyway? Well, the word itself is a huge clue. Percent literally means for each 100. That's all it is. It's a way to put everything on the same scale. It takes a piece of something, the part, and compares it to the total amount, the whole, to show you what you'd have if the total was exactly 100.
And here it is. This is the secret sauce. The formula couldn't be simpler. You just take the part, you divide it by the whole, and then you multiply that by 100. That's the engine that's going to let us measure progress no matter what we're talking about. So, you want to see how it works? Let's put it into action. To really get a feel for this, we're not just going to crunch numbers. Nah, we're going to step right into a story. We're going to follow this guy, a builder named Nehemiah, and see how this simple formula helps him keep track of a massive, massive project. Okay, so here's the setup. Nehemiah is rebuilding this huge wall. The total length, that's our whole, is 400 meters. So far, he and his team have built 120 meters. That's our part. The big question is, what percentage of the wall is actually done? So let's just plug our numbers right into that formula. Step 1. We divide the part, 120, by the whole, 400. That gives us a decimal, 0.30. Okay, now for step 2. We take that 0.30 and multiply it by 100. That's what turns it into that easy-to-understand, out-of-100 format we were just talking about. And boom, there it is, 30%. Nehemiah is 30% of the way done with the wall. All of a sudden, that 120 meters isn't just a number, it's a real milestone. We have a clear, simple way to understand his progress. And when you see it visually like this, it just clicks, right? You can instantly see the 30% that's finished compared to the 70% they still have to go. This is the real magic of percentages. They make information so easy to grasp in just a glance. Now, the really cool part is that this formula isn't just for building walls, not at all. Once you start seeing this simple pattern, just a part and a whole, you start seeing it absolutely everywhere. I mean, check this out. Mary reads 90 pages of a 300-page scroll. That's 30%. Barnabas donates 75 coins out of his 250. You guessed it, also 30%. It doesn't matter if we're talking about pages, coins, camels, or songs. The story changes, but that simple relationship between the part and the whole, it stays exactly the same. So, okay, we've got this amazing tool now for measuring progress. But this new ability to measure pretty much anything leads us to a much, much deeper question, one that goes way beyond just the numbers on a page. The source material we're working from today actually brings it all to a close with this verse. It's this reflection on the idea that, even if you measure perfectly and you work incredibly hard, there's a deeper meaning or purpose behind what you're doing. It's kind of this reminder to think about not just the how of our work, but the why. And that, right there, brings us to our final question for you. We've got the tool. We can calculate the percentage of, well, anything. But just because we can measure something, does that really mean we should? In a world that is drowning in data, this simple little formula hands us a new kind of responsibility, the responsibility to decide what is truly worth counting.